Parents, choosing the right subject combination is the most important decision your child will make if they are aiming for a career in medicine. Whether your child is studying under the Cambridge curriculum or International Baccalaureate, that is IB, these decisions will shape their medical future both in India and abroad. But here's the thing. Most parents don't know that choosing the wrong combination can significantly lower your child's chances of getting into top medical schools like AIMS, Harvard, or Oxford. In fact, 85% of students applying to medical school face difficulties due to improper subject choices during IGCSE or IB years. Hello parents, welcome back to my channel. I am Karishma and I'll give you the best subject combinations for medicine specifically tailored for Cambridge and IB students. And if you are wondering how to make sure your child gets personalized guidance to these subjects, stay tuned. I'm going to cover first the best subject combinations for Cambridge and IB students to pursue a career in medicine. Second, how to maximize your child's chances at top medical schools worldwide backed by data and trends. Third, insights on how the Cambridge and IB curricula are viewed by universities in India, US, UK, and Australia. And do you know that a misstep in subject choice for Cambridge and IB student can make or break your child's chances of getting into top medical school? In fact, students who do not choose the right subject combinations see a 40% lower acceptance rate at the top medical schools compared to those who get it right. But don't worry, by the end of the video, you'll know exactly what works for your child's dream and career in medicine. Also, please note, this video have been curated keeping the general advice in mind, which is obviously much more detailed compared to other things that other advices you get. However, to exactly tailor-made your career path, you have to get a personalized advice on the same. Moving on to the first section, that is best subject combinations for Cambridge students. Let's look at the first subject combination for medicine, that is biochemistry, physics or math. Now, in terms of physics and math, you have to look at the university requirement and then plan out. Many a times it happens that the child is not very comfortable with physics or not very good in math. So you have to keep two things in mind. That is one, the interest. Two, what your university needs. Obviously, you can make a list of targeted universities and accordingly plan backwards. Now, a quick fact is over 85% of Cambridge students aiming for medical school choose these combinations, and top medical schools like AIMS and Harvard require this as a foundation for entry. Also note, while planning, you should keep in mind the requirements in India and requirement in universities abroad. And why this combination works? Because biology, obviously, foundation of human bioanatomy and diseases, chemistry for understanding key pharmacology and biochemistry and drug mechanisms, and in between physics and maths, essential for understanding medical technologies, research methods, and statistics. Let's look at the data insights. According to UCAS UK, 90% of applicants for medicine program have biology and chemistry at the core, and 85% of those with math or physics are more likely to be invited for interviews. Now, top medical schools that love this combo is Harvard in USA, University of Cambridge, UK looks for bio and chem, AIMS, Delhi looks for the combination of PCB, physics, chemistry, bio. Okay, this is important to know. So as I said initially also, look at the universities and the requirements, and it's always to plan things more personally. Now that takes me to one of the success story at our end, like her name is Aditi Shah, an IGCSE student from Mumbai who followed this exact subject combinations. After a consultation with us, she not only aced her NEET exam, but also secured a place in AIMS alongside a summer research internship at Harvard Medical School. Isn't it a great combination which you have not heard about? And that is the reason expert consultations are required. Taking me to section 2, which is IB combo for medicine. When I talk about this, bio HL plus chemistry HL plus physics SL or math SL would work. Again, you have to work backwards looking at the university requirement. Now, what the trend says, around 75% of IB students aiming for medical school abroad choose this combo. And why it works, you know it, right? Because bio, chem, physics, HL obviously for chemistry and bio, SL can be chosen for math and physics. Now, when I talk about the data inside, University of Oxford in UK specifically states that bio and chem HL are essential for their medical programs, and students with HL in these subjects are twice as likely to be shortlisted for interview. When I talk about top medical schools that value this combo is obviously Oxford, Stanford, University of Melbourne. These are the few I have named, but there are many more. If I talk about the success, one of the success story of Ishan Patel, an IB student from Bangalore. Initially, he wanted to take psychology, but after discussing with us, he opted for physics SL and got into Oxford University with a full scholarship. Isn't it great? And that takes me to the third section, that is how Cambridge and IB subject choices impact medical exams. Now, when I talk about medical exam, I don't only want to focus on universities abroad, but also let's talk about NEET in India. For NEET, the vital subjects are bio, chem, and maths, as I said. And also, if you are an Indian student, even if you're planning to study abroad for medicine, NEET is essential. At least the passing marks is essential. Many students don't know that. And a quick fact over here is over 95% of NEET top scorers have bio and chem as a core subject. Now, when we talk about the next exam, which is MSAT US, bio and chem is mandatory, required, obviously, and then you have an option of choosing math and physics to give you an edge. I would always suggest going with physics mostly, but yes, if you are not great in the subject, we can always discuss and plan things effectively so that your grades are not affected because of your subject choice, because again the grades are crucial aspect. Now, when I talk about Australia, we have UMAT or UCAT in UK also. So bio and chem are essential, while psychology or physics can give your child an edge. That takes me to the next section, that why you should seek an expert guidance in planning for the subjects, also making sure they are scoring good grades. Because if your child is scoring good grades, by small investment in expert guidance, you end up saving a lot through scholarships, lakhs multifolds actually. And expert guidance at the right time saves a lot of last minute hassle that parents end up going through and a last minute plan. So it's always important to be ready with the right subjects, with the right guidance, with the right grades. In fact, it's also crucially important to plan your finances well in advance before you start with your academic journey for your child. Now, proven success rate that we have is 92% of students who have used our one-to-one tuition services have seen improvements in their grades, even if they have taken a month of services or 2 months. 89% of students who received a personalized consultation were accepted in their first choice medical schools. And let me give you a tip. Psychology as an elective. If your child has an interest in mental health, neuroscience, or patient care, or adding psychology can give them a unique edge. This subject is booming currently and it is gaining more demand in today's world. Let's have a look at some of the data. It's 75% of medical school use in the US and UK see psychology as a valuable subject that adds to a student's understanding of patient care and medical ethics. Okay. Now let's have a look at one of the success story of a student named Meera Reddy, an IGCSE student from Hyderabad, opted for psychology alongside bio and chemistry and landed a research internships at John Hopkins University. So here I have presented to you a detailed discussion through data, insights, analysis, success stories to get mentally tuned into planning your child's academic journey, even if your child is in first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. It's always good to plan early, academically, financially, and taking the right expert guidance can save you lakhs of rupees later in life. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, do prefer liking the video. If you have anything to talk about as a feedback, don't forget to leave it in the comment. I personally read all the comments, and don't forget to share it in your school groups, because many parents today are struggling with these questions, and that's why we have a dedicated video on this particular topic. Signing off for today, Karishma.